Hello everybody and welcome back to our CITTADELLA career mode. This is the start of season 4, the start of the first season, the highest, the strongest, the best league of Italy, and also one of the best leagues in the world, because the Serie A is really not too bad. We're gonna play against teams like Juve, against teams like Napoli, Inter, AC Milan, Lazio, Fiorentina, Roma, and so on, some big teams. And because we're gonna play against some big teams, some big players, some very good squads, we need to prepare the squad a little bit. So today what we're gonna do, of course, as always as the first episode of the season, we're gonna go through the transfer window until the first game, which is gonna be, as you can see in the bottom right, the Coppa Nazionale against Pescara. And of course I'm gonna simulate that. I'm probably still gonna simulate most cup games, maybe in some interesting ones I'm actually gonna start playing now. But for example, against Pescara or against teams I have played already, or some very small teams, I'm probably not gonna play, but I'm probably starting to play some cup games if they're getting interesting and if you can get far. Now, what we're gonna do is first of all, I wanna show you the targets I got from the board, so what I have to do from the board, what the board says I have to do, and I will quickly react to them. I haven't had any kind of look at the budget or at the targets or anything. I had no look. It's gonna be in the first review as well, basically on them. Then before I forget, I hopefully don't forget, I will go and buy the Scout Future Star, as I always do in the start of the season, so the fourth one for this series. And then we're gonna go in the transfer window. I will then tell you quickly what I'm gonna do. It's quite simple. I'm mainly gonna try to sell players, get players out, because our squad is a bit too big. Gonna change a lot on the youth squad, and maybe I find 1-2 interesting players. If not, I'm probably just gonna buy a new scout, a better one, try to get all of them. Probably already in this season to 5-star, because if you're in the first league, I think it should be time now to get 5-star scouts. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's start off by actually having a look at the budget. It's okay. I just want to say it's probably not that big. If you would have asked me, I would have said, okay, we got a few more. Yeah, I probably would have expected in total to get around, like, let's say, wage budget and transfer budget 5 million. 4 to 6. 1.8 and 10,000 pounds, 10,000 euros per week is around exactly half a million. So basically we have 2.3 all budget, all together in our budget, 2.3 million. I would have expected 4 to 6, so yeah, we can't really do a lot. I don't really want to sign anybody, because yet I think on my shortlist the only two interesting players were both goalkeepers, and we don't need the goalkeeper, so it's fine. And scouts are not that expensive, but I would have expected a bit more, so a bit disappointing still. Let's have a look at the board expectations. Youth 11, never gonna be a problem. Quote 2, 10 points, playing team, yeah, it's never gonna be a problem. Okay, it could actually be a problem, because the question for me is, youth academy players, does that mean they need to be in the, or they, okay, I don't understand. Does youth academy players mean they need to be in the youth academy, the youth squad, at any point in this season or at any point in their career? So for example, Dennis Kaplan, does he count as youth academy player because he was in our youth academy, but not in this season, but in season 1? So is he counting as youth academy player, yes or no? Because if yes, then it's not a problem. If no, that means 2 of our players that are now in our youth academy or get in our youth academies during this season, we need to sign them up, score them by 10 points and play them 10 matches. Then I have to say I'm probably not going to do that, because the chance that I find an amazing youth academy player quite soon and then play them in 10 matches is quite slow, and I need 2. So if it counts, no problem. If it doesn't count, I don't think I actually can do that. Would be the first time I cannot hit a youth delivered goal, which quite does make sense in this series. With this season increase the season target hold 10%, that should not be a problem. With at least 10% of your stadium's capacity, so that should definitely not be a problem. Financial wise, keep player salary growth on 20%. It never was a problem. This season though, a lot of people will get new contracts, a lot of people will get big increases, not just from 500 to 650, even though that's still around 30% or so. So I'm not 100% sure if we can do that actually, so this might be kinda close as well. The unallocated funds, if you don't buy, if you can sell somebody for a decent amount of money, or if you can not find a 5-star scout, not a problem. One of the two, finish mid-table is quite interesting goal. I mean, it's not okay, we are new, we don't have the most amazing players yet, so just chill, don't get relegated straight away. And they say finish mid-table, so I have to say, if it doesn't count, this might be difficult. This should not be a problem. The second one, I hope it's not a problem. The first one, okay, the second one won't be a problem for sure. The first one, I don't think will be one, and here I don't care that much because very low, so it's okay. What do I want to do? Youth development, I don't care. Of course, if you can find somebody, fine. I don't care about that stuff. What I want to do is, in the Copa Nacional, I don't care really, so we only talk about the league. I don't want to get relegated, that's the main goal. If you can finish mid-table, cool. Euro League would be a bit too fast, I think. I don't think we can straight away hit that, even though our team is still good. So in the end of the season, we might have a 75 to 80 weighted squad. That is a finished mid-table team, actually. But don't get relegated, probably quite chill, so I don't want to fight against relegation until the last day. So if you can avoid relegation, let's say 3 to 4 games before the end already, so have 3-4 games before the end already, like 10, 12, 13 points more than third last, that would be my goal. Except of this, just grow the squad, have fun, and yeah, I don't really have a big goal at the moment. Next season we want to play European football, so qualify for European football. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Now I'm gonna buy the scout real quick, and actually before I do, I will straight away tell you, what do we want to do in the transfer window? I mainly want to get players out, so I will have a look at all the players, first of all in our squad at the moment. All the players that are below 65 rated are probably getting sold, 99%. Even if they have an amazing potential, all the players below 65 potential at the moment will, I guess, be sold. All the players that have 65 to 70, I think I'm gonna loan them out. Except of maybe 1-2 players I might keep, like Georgiades for example, that I feel like I could use, but probably just loan out. All the other players higher than 70 I'm probably gonna keep. Also from the loaned out players, I will have a look at how much they grew. If they grew a lot and now really good potential, let's say if they're still below 65, I'm still gonna sell them. But if they're below 65 and 70, but they did not grow at all in the last season where I loaded them out, I'm probably gonna sell them. If they are 65, 66 rated, so just hit the 65 rating, but for example grew by like, let's say 4 or 5 points, I might loan them out again because maybe they grew a lot again. And the last thing I want to do is our youth squad. I want to change a lot there, especially all the goalkeepers. We have like 4 or 5 goalkeepers in there. I'm gonna sign them all up and try to loan them all out. All the players I cannot loan out or goalies will stay in the team until I can loan them out, but I want to get them out of my youth squad because I'm probably never gonna sell them, so I'm just trying to core them and then sell them for money. That's basically what I'm gonna do. I don't know if there's anybody I want to sign at the moment. I don't think so, so I'm gonna have a look if I can find somebody, but I mainly look at, let's say I want to get like 10, 12 players out of the squad, and maybe I can find 1 or 2, but there might not even be one signing, but just selling players. That's it. Yeah, I'm now just gonna buy real quick in the catalog this scout. Except of this, yeah, whenever something happens, I will tell ya. Marco Martin decided to retire, so he always did not, even though he says he wants to play more, he did not accept a contract from a different team. We had an offer from Hellas Verona or Pisa, one of these two, I can't remember. He did not accept it, and now with 32 he decides to end his career. So I don't understand. But unfortunately we still have to pay his wage until the end of this series, unfortunately. Not the series, but season, of course. As I told you in the start of the episode, the only 2 interesting players rating in quality and potential wise are 2 goalkeepers. These are Silvio Radu, 77 years old, 77 rated, 21 years old, has a huge value, so I couldn't even buy him, and Panagoulias, but I don't need a goalie. The other 2 are not that interesting. Alright, as you can see, there are 25 players that are not older than 20, so 16 to 20 years old, and are from one of the three nations, and I don't know about yet. So 25 players I'm scouting for the first time that are not older than 20. Now 0, actually not even one of them is from Greece, 3 of them are from Romania, and therefore 22 of them are from Turkey. Maybe, I mean 25 is by far the most I've yet been able to scout basically for the first time. I think all the other seasons were like in total 10 to maybe 15. Now I have basically around twice as much. So the chance that there is at least one extremely interesting player we might actually try to sign is quite big. So let's hope they're not all shit, but at least a few of them, at least 1 or 2, are actually very interesting. 25. At least 1 or 2 should be interesting. I mean, there were a few goalies. Let's say without the goalies, there's still 20 players, outfield players. There has to be one interesting one. It can't be that all of them are shit. So the last thing I'm gonna do before I will start with the transfer window is choose the pre-season tournament. Let's see how much money we can get. For some reason, instead of the second, it doesn't really work. Now it does. I don't know. Okay. 2.85. Okay, then I'm taking this one. In Sweden, don't really know the team, so a few ones I've heard about, but the only team I really know is here Colchester. And here, that's basically it. Yeah, Oldham Athletic and Willem. So actually most of the teams I don't know about. I will take this one because it's by far the most money, the biggest prize money. So let's see how much we can get. I would like to get at least 1.5 to 2 million. In my team I don't really want to change a lot. The only thing I have to change now is I have to put in Baikut. Evo, I mean Baikut is better than everything. He's more pacier, is better. The only thing is he's worse in defending, and medium low is the worst work rates actually somebody can have. Even low would be better. Medium low is, no wait. Actually it is. Even high low would be better. Medium low is really the worst work rates you can have as a right back in my opinion. So I don't like that, but I think it's still time to put him on my team. The first game in the group stage was a 3-1 win against Avellino. We played against them last season. They are a decent enough team, but it was a 3-1 win. We took the lead with, let me see, Turisland. They got the equalizer. Panos goes with a goal. Thank God they missed a penalty. Zavelas with a late goal as well. It's a decent start with a win. In the end, 2 wins is definitely enough. Even 4 points might be enough. So if you can win one of the next 2 games against Nürköping and Vålerenga football, what the fuck, we should definitely go through as probably in first place. There is something I actually didn't recognize, and that is because we loaned players out, of course, we didn't have to pay their wage. Now that they returned, we are paying their wage again, therefore my wage budget gone down to 0, and because we still even pay more than these 10,000, we even lost some transfer budget. So that's actually something I didn't recognize. We lost a lot of money because we now have to pay the wage of these players. Especially, I mean, for example, Kaglayan was not out, came back, and he alone is earning 6,000 euros. So he alone was earning more than half, basically exactly 60% of my whole wage budget. So if we can get these players out again, we will have the money. But at the moment, we actually don't have any money to sign anybody. So if we cannot get a lot of players out, even if we find interesting players, we could not even buy them, because we have no money whatsoever. We got another win, they took the lead, but Mirkia, then Kaplan missing a penalty. I still don't understand why Kaplan is taking penalties, because it's still Zavelas. Zavelas is still our penalty taker, I don't get it, but for some reason Kaplan took it, missed it again. This is why not the team you choose, because he is always missing, and Zavelas, thank God, again scoring a goal. The last goal of the game, so 2 wins. We are definitely going through into the quarterfinals. I mean semi-finals, of course, not quarterfinals, semi-finals. I got some good news. First of all, my dogs arrived. So of course, when we go to holidays, we cannot take our dogs with us. So we give them to friends, and they just arrived. So that's some cool news. Otherwise, and also, yes, Nilos Kyaku is not asking to leave anymore. He wanted to leave for some reason. He first asked for more money, for a higher wage. I gave him a higher wage, or offered him that. He declined and said he wants to leave. I gave him another offer. I made him another offer a few weeks afterwards. He still said he really wants to leave. And thank God now he says he is not wanting to leave anymore. Because otherwise, if he would have said it again, I think we probably would have had to sell him. And that would have been bad. Because he is quality-wise probably our best defender. Ratings-wise, Austria is better. He is 75 rated, he is 74, Kiriakou. But I still think Kiriakou might be the best center back we will have in this series. Until the end of the series. He might be the best one because he has huge potential. I love using him. He is improving. He's playing amazing. He's not getting injured or whatever. So I'm happy that he's not asking to leave anymore. But is now happy to stay. We got a transfer offer for Kaglayan. He is on the transfer list. It's exactly as well. He has no potential. We can accept this. And we will get, as you can see, a huge amount of wage budget. If we can get this deal through, and I hope we can. And we end the group stage with another win. Turkoslan Kaplan Panagos, 3 goals, 3 in a win. So 3 games to group stage, 3 wins. In total we scored a lot of goals as well. We are into the semi-finals and we will get some money for the first time. First of all, we sold him 1.3 million euros. It's not that amazing in a transfer budget, but especially we can save, I think, a very decent amount, around 400,000 euros, just because of his wage. Then we also got the more money, 700,000 because of that, and tons offer for Lampros, another player we want to sell. I will ask for 1.3. I think they should accept this, so then we will get around 1 million and around 2,000 for wage budget, so I think we should be able to sell Lampros as well. We do win the semi-finals as well, easily 4-0, the first game from Yildiz, and Savellas with 2 more goals. First of all, Kaplan scored, then Savellas with 2 goals, Miakea scoring a goal here. We're gonna play against Avellino again. They won 2-1 against Nastic, whatever that is, interesting club name. But we are in the final, we once again will get more money, and it's 850,000 euros. And also we have some monthly scouting updates, so let's see if we can, if you're lucky enough to actually find somebody interesting. Let's see, first of all we're gonna start with Turkey. We have a left back, low weighted, we scout him for 5 months. I mean his potential 85 to 94, so I actually will sign him up, but I probably will never use him. It's just about selling him. I don't understand, how can you be like low 40 weighted but have at least high 80 weight potential? That means he can quote by at least 45 points. That's a bit much. His potential might be good, I will keep scouting him. We have a nope. We have another nope. We have a goalie, he's not that interesting, so I will actually reject him. We have another nope, and we end with a nope. So basically nobody new. Greece. I will continue scouting him. He is a goalie, but he is so good that I actually have to sign him up. So another goalie. Then we have a nope. Oh, we actually have a full youth squad now. Another nope. He is a goalie, but not good enough. He is good, but it's goalie, so that's not okay. Full scout, we have so many goalies in there, it's not good. I'm now gonna sign everybody up in my youth squad that is good enough to sign him up, but is not good enough to that I'm ever gonna use him. So everybody I'm gonna send up and straight away try to loan them out and then sell them. All these kind of players I'm gonna now sign up, and especially we talk about all the goalies here. There we go, we have Ascoli accepting the 1.3 million euros, so we get a little bit of more money. Actually, I don't really have to do it because in the end I asked for 100,000 pounds euros more. I get I think 65%, so in the end it doesn't really make a big change. It's just basically because I feel like 1.2 is a bit too much under his value, but in the end it doesn't really make a difference. There we go, we have a few players already accepting. These 4, so the Kalivas, Togoklu, Popa and I don't know. These 4 the new players. I don't really have to look at these 2 as their goalkeepers. 6'1" something, 6'4". Let's have a look. Togoklu has some decent potential, medium high work rates. In the end he is just too shit. He's 53 rated. Kalivas was actually quite interesting because he has big potential and is 61. Has some decent stats in there, medium low, 4-star, 4-star. But he is extremely slow. I mean, we have 64 acceleration and 56 sprint speed for a winger or like right midfielder. That's not enough, so I will straight away loan them all out. I knew it's gonna happen because it always happens. I think in every career what I've done so far, in every single season of every single career mode, we got into the final of the preseason tournament. But I think like at least 50% of them we're gonna lose. We won against Avellino in the group stage, but of course the final we lose. And for some reason, once again, I have Savellas as penalty taker, but once again Paplan takes it and he missed. I'm not understanding why he takes penalties, especially because first of all I don't tell him to take them. I clearly tell Savellas to take them. And second of all, Kaplan misses 8 out of 10 penalties. I don't know if he ever scored one, kinda. Like, he misses so freaking many. I can't believe it. Well, we lost the final. We still got a decent amount of money. I'm not unhappy, but I don't understand why Savellas is taking penalties. Lampros got sold. We have 4 more players from our youth squad, and they should be heavy. So let's take a look at the 4 other new players. I think that's it. I think in total there were 8. So let's have a look. It's these four. So say something. 50 weighted is just too slow and too low weighted. Medium high, 5-star weak foot. Don't need him. He is a goalie, 6'3". Kinda interesting, but I don't need him. The same with Beatrice, 6'6" though, in the age of 16. What the fuck? His growth. And we have Salek, the only kinda interesting player in the end. He has some very good stats, as you can see. And he has high low work rates, 5-star, 4-star. But in the end, he's just so freaking slow again. And therefore, I'm gonna loan them out all. And the only player I might keep, if he's scoring enough, would be the Salek. We now got the monthly score update from Romania. We have enough space, but all of them are shit. That's disappointing. For some reason, Barcelona is interesting me here. I don't get why, but we also got an offer that is interesting for us because we got an offer for Xenaxis. Once again, I don't understand why Juve is doing it. Normally, I would ask for exactly 1 million, but 950 is fine. So if they would have said 900, I would have counter-offered, but 950 is fine. I will accept it. I don't understand why Juve and Barca are interested in players like me, Kier and Xenaxis. Doesn't really make sense. He will never play there, so I don't know what they're planning with him, but they can have him. I don't really care. And I think in this training, for the first time in this season, we will see some growth. And we do. Antonopoulos hits the 75. I will stop training him, of course, and Oshchoy hits the 76. Okay, first of all, we have Xenaxis going to Juve. Then we have a transfer offer for Qatar. We want to loan him out. Salerno is a decent team. He should play a lot as a 71 rated player. He should play for a second league team for sure. He's even higher rated than most of our players in that position. Next up, we now have looked through all the 25 players. And I'm quite disappointed because only 2 of them are interesting enough to even talk about them. One is probably not good enough, and that is a striker. Florian Philipp is the Philipp is the best striker. He is from Romania, 61 rated, has some alright pace, is quite tall, medium low. He is not good enough. He's just not good enough. Now though, we have somebody who might be good enough, and that is a free agent, a CDM free agent, 68 rated in the age of 19. His physical stats are all green, all at least 72. He has 72 aggression 2, he has some decent short pass and some alright other stats. He then also has low high work rates, 2-star, 2-star, could play as center back too, 6'1". The only thing is, I don't think he has potential, but he is very interesting. Normally I would sign him up, but he is asking for a lot of money. I think it's still worth it because he's the only player who is even interesting. I will make him actually an offer. I think I'm gonna sign him up because we can get such a player for zero. Even if he's not interesting, we could load him out. Then we don't even have to pay the wage and then just sell him for a decent amount of money. And this is probably what I'm gonna do with him because I'm probably not even gonna use him. So I'm probably just gonna sign him up, try to loan him out again, and then just sell him. So I think that's worth it. But that's it. 25 players and 1 free agent. That's it. Well, not good enough. That was it with the first half of the transfer window. We are now going to start the second half. The first one was decent enough. First of all, we can have a look at the new scout. We have him accepting the contract, so we're going to sign him up. So we made our first signing. Accept as well. So our first signing, we made all the scouting. We sold a few players and stuff. Let's hope that this one dude is from, he's English. He's not even high rated, but he would have 94. Like, why is everybody we sign up from the youth catalog, from the EA catalog, always having 90 plus acceleration and sprint speed? That's crazy. But I don't need him. Look at this dude, 87 to 93, but 43 rated. What the fuck? I'm gonna release Tillea. He is interesting. He is a center back. He is quite tall, but low rated, and his potential is going down, and he's 18. I'm gonna release him. We're in the last few days of today's episode. 2 more days. Let's see if something is still happening. 1 more day. And we still have a message, even a few. So I think, yeah, we have the last ones and we have a few players. So nothing very, actually nothing really happened. We got 1-2 offers for players we don't want to sell. For example, you made an offer for Ikea for some reason. But we've gone through 2 weeks. A bit more than 2 weeks without even one transfer offering where we still have at least 10 players. So that's a bit disappointing. You've got reports. Do I want to change it up? I don't know, man. And I think I'm actually very unsure. First of all, of course, whoever we want to if we don't sign them up, they are gonna get rejected. So we either have to stand him up now or never. And this dude is not good enough. He has some decent potential, but he's just not good enough. So I'm gonna reject him. Is there anybody? He is not good enough. I don't think it's worth it to even try it. So I'm not even gonna, not even one from Turkey. Disappointing once again. And Greece. His potential might be good, but his rating is like 40. He has not even a face and has potential of, in best case, mid 60. Amazing. I will sign this dude up because maybe he is actually pacey midfielder. He's even worse. What the fuck? But one player out of like 10, 12. Not really great. Alright guys, that's basically it. We're still trying to sell a few players. There's nobody wanna sign. We can actually have a quick look at how many players there still are. We have 3, 6, 7 players we wanna sell. And 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. So I said like 10, 12, but in the end actually we have 15 we want to loan out and 7 we want to sell. So there are basically 7 players we want to get out of our club forever and 15 players you just want to get out of the club for now. So at the moment we have 48 players and we want to get out 22, so almost half of them. Hopefully we can do it. Of course we won't get all of them out, but hopefully we can get at least, let's say, at least 3 out of the 7 players we want to sell, we can sell. And from the 15 at least around 5, so at least around 8 players I would love to get out. Next episode we're gonna simulate against Pescara Calcio. I'm definitely gonna play against Juve. Of course I'm gonna play probably all the games now. But Juve and Fiorentina, of course, I'm playing both games. So if nothing happens in the transfer window or not that much happens, then I'm just gonna play these 2 games, simulate against Pescara, and end the transfer window in the next episode. It should be out either tomorrow or in 2 days. Depends if tomorrow is the vote or not, the second vote. But I think there's nothing really I want to ask you. You can, of course, as always, tell me who you want me to leave, to sell, to keep, to use, whatever. If you have any idea why Kaplan is taking penalties instead of Tavares, even though Tavares is the player I said should take penalties because he is by far, or not by far, but definitely the best penalty taker. He has a few more points than Kaplan for sure, so I don't understand why Kaplan is taking it. Maybe because he's captain, but I still don't understand, to be honest. I have no idea. If you have any kind of solution for that, you can tell me. I don't think there's anything I can ask you, so... kit numbers, I will change them after the transfer window, so if you want me to change kit numbers already, just tell me. But there's nothing else, so yeah. Next episode out in 1 or 2 days. Have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow either with the next episode or with the vote number 2. So if you haven't voted yet, please do so. You still have some time for sure. Even if this video is out, you still have a lot of time, but you should do it quite soon if you want to take part in the vote. Except of this, guys, have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow, and bye.